In this short tutorial, we're going to show you how you can add Turning Technology keypads and remove them from an active session within the Bravo Zone. This lesson makes the assumption that you already know how to set up the Keypad support app to interface with your sessions on the Bravo Zone. If not, look for the links below for tutorials and more information. So I have a game all set to go here. I've got my Keypad support app up and running. I'm going to go ahead and put in my active ID session here, which happens to be 0075. Yours will be different. And right now it's telling me I have no active session. That's okay. I'm going to go over here to the Bravo Zone. And for the first part, we're going to do a split screen here. I'm going to go ahead. It's already published. I'm going to go ahead and click on play. And I'm going to set my teams to 2 teams here. And I have it set for team play with devices. And remember, you can also use virtual keypads along with your Turning Tech keypads in the same session. Click play. I'm going to mute the music. And I'm ready now to add my pads. And you'll notice over here on the Keypad support app that the session is now active. Let's go to full screen and get started. So I'm now ready to assign keypads to teams. For this session, I'm going to go ahead and add 2 keypads to the red team. And notice the 0 change by clicking on 1A on each of the pads. I now have 2 pads assigned to the red team. And I'm going to go ahead and click on 2B on 2 pads to add 2 keypads to the blue team. If we go up to the gear wheel, view all participants, we see we have 2 pads assigned to the blue team and 2 pads assigned to the red team. Perfect. Let's go ahead and start our session. I'm going to skip the intro. Now we have somebody that shows up to our session a little late. I'm going to go ahead and add this person to the red team by clicking on 1A on the keypad. Now you see nothing happen on the screen. However, if you go up to the gear wheel, see view all participants, you'll see now that we have 5 keypads. And we have 3 keypads assigned to the red team. And remember, each of these keypads has a unique ID code that can be found on the back of the card. You can add keypads at any time during the game. However, I want to go to a question here. And I now have a live question. Somebody shows up. You can add them to the game when a question is live. However, if you add somebody to a session when a question is live, people answer. And you notice over here, we have 60% of the response. I click one more time, you'll see I have keypads that have not entered. So, and now I'm down to 1. So I have somebody that's just going to join us here. I hand them a keypad. The first keypad they're going to enter, they're not going to answer the question. What they're going to do is enter themselves to a team. So what happens is I'm going to go ahead and add this person to the red team. And look what happens to the gauge. It drops because it now says 44% of the audience hasn't answered. Hit that keypad again to answer. It goes up, and to complete it, we now have 100% of the response in. Last thing I want to show you, somebody has to leave your session. The problem with somebody leaving a session is any unanswered question will count as a wrong response for that team. So in essence, they get penalized for no response. Not a problem. Turn over the keypad, look for that unique ID code, go up to view all participants, click on the keypad. So in this case, the last 2 digits of the ID I want to remove is going to be 08. So I'm going to click on it. And when I do so, it's going to give me the option, do you want to remove this user? Now I'm going to go ahead and click OK. So any answers they've submitted up to this point in time will be registered. Now you can continue on with the game, and that team will no longer be penalized for a no answer. The last thing I want to cover here to emphasize that your audience can change their answers anytime up until the time you advance the screen, or if you're using a timer, goes off. So for this demonstration, I'm going to go ahead and choose A on every single pad. Now I'm going to go ahead and choose the correct answer, which is D. And you'll notice now all the answers have switched from A to D. That's really a nice feature, allowing your audience to change their answers. Well, that's it. Lots of cool things. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to contact us. Until the next time, hope you always find unique ways to make your next presentation more engaging. Take care.